Morning to Dr. Surya and my fellow friends. Today my group would like to present about steel building. Let me introduce my group member Arif, Kiru, Privina, Mohammed and Kaliarset. I will be presenting identify the type and causes of the steel building damage. First of all, I would like to present about type of defect in steel building. Here are 6 type of defect. First of all, contamination, deformation, deterioration, discontinuation and displacement, and finally is loss of material. Here are some pictures of the each defect, which can explain how the cause will be, how the defect will be happen in each steel structure building. Continue with cause of damage to the steel building. First of all, there is a four causes. First cause is corrosion of the steel structure and preventive measurement. This is a steel structure can be protected by painting or other surface treatment is valid provide designed from the point view of corrosion. On the other hand, the most effective and cheapest way to avoid corrosion is often to design the structure in a proper way, not favoring the corrosion attack. Here is the example of the corrosion. This will be normally happen in underground, under the bridge or anywhere which corrosion can happen. Second one, joint and the fastening. First, joints of the variant material may lead to the creative and cranous heterogenetic microstructure of occur of the generate effect. Extra care should be taken for such joint and fastening. Second, nut, bolt, screw, welding and solid should therefore will be more noble than the joint member of the structure. Well joint are preferred whenever to overlap, as the often cause formation of crannies or uh, hollow space. There are few type of nuts, bolt and screw example in the bottom of the picture. Third one, stack loading. One of the failure occurring for the normal steel building structure with stack loading. A large number of proportion occur during the construction phase. The most common cause is incorrect erosion procedure, which do not consider the various instable problem during all the stage of erection and installation happening during the construction time or during any building involved work. Last not least, floor desk. A well-published collapse during construction of three-story commercial center building occurred in Stockholm in 2018. This case is one of interesting here because it is a lucky example of gross human error. This is fail in, however, not represent most of the cases investigated. In this, in that error was in structural design, not the execution of workmanship. Here is the picture how the scenario is happened. I couldn't find the full video, so I have attached a picture of the stock desk calls. I will pass to my next presenter. Thank you.
Good morning, doctor. My name is Kirbanandi Balakrishnan and my METI number is 267595. Now I am going to present about discuss the facility system involved. In traditional concrete buildings, steel structure building use steel plates of section steel instead of reinforced concrete, which is higher strength and better seismic resistance. Reinforced bar. These add tensile strength and stiffness to concrete and make up 44% of steel used in buildings. Steel is used because it blinks well and and concrete as similar thermal expansion, confine, and it is strong and relative cost effective. Reinforced concrete is also used to provide deep foundation and basement and is currently world's primary building materials. Non-structural steel. Steel is also found in many non-structural applications in buildings such as heating and cooling equipment and interior ducting. Internal fixture and fittings such as rails, shelving and stairs are also made of steel. Structural section. These provide a strong and stiff frame for the building and make up 25% of the steel used in buildings. Okay, now I'm going to present about features in steel building. These are the features in steel buildings. Durability. The main frame is steel which can withstand horrible weather like strong wind, heavy rain, even earthquake. Next is easy to install. Install the main part of manufacturing according to the drawing in factory. Economical compared with traditional buildings, steel is cheaper than concrete and brick. Environmental steel is recyclable, non-dust pollution when installed. The last one is steel resists to high temperature with fire protection function. Thank you.
Good morning, doctor. My name is Kalai Arasan Anadaki Selvakumaran and my metric number is 269826. So for today, I'll be presenting the topic discuss the factor includes the steel building repair works. So basically, steel building repair is a common action necessary for a steel building, whether it be made by steel, aluminium or any other metals and metal components. There are a few common and somewhat simple steel building prices for repair that we should be expect when a metal building, regardless of whether it is new or not. So for the first factor which is included in steel building repair works is damaged panels. So damaged panels are some of the most common problem that have to be addressed in steel building. Depending on size, thickness and material used for manufacture the panel, as well as the extent of the damage, metal building panels can be replaced or repaired. Usually, small damage such as dents and bumps are evented out, but larger scale damage is simply not worth it. In those cases, experts recommend the replacement or affected panels. So the second factor which should be included in steel building repair works is leakage. So leaks in steel building comes from two sources. One is from outside and another one is from inside. Storms cause leaks when moisture penetrates the out of the buildings, usually at the roof point. So concentration form in the inside of the steel building when humidity and the heat inside of the building hits the cooler out skin of the structure during the cold weather. So for the second factor which is included in the steel building repair works, which metal corrosion. So steel is one of the material that corrode naturally with the exposure of the elements, and has a steel structure undergoes extensive corrosion. It loses its strength and durability and overall structure integrity. Fortunately, skilled steel building repairs fixed corrosion in this steel effectively using sand, water blaster and wire brushes, plus they can recommend highly efficient way to protecting the steel building from this problem is in the future by using one method, which is the sacrificial anodes. So for the fourth factor, which is included in steel building repair works, is the sizable gaps. Sometimes steel building develops cracks, crevices, and also holes. A steel building with a prevalent gaps let in dust and it's susceptible to leaking. If we notice a gap in our structure but no sign of water leaks yet, it's only a matter of time. Instead of letting that happen and in incurring costly repair expenses, we should let a reputable steel building repair specialist to fix that problem before it goes more severe or also aggravates. The other indicators of gaps in steel building includes sign of light entry, tiny pets, and rodents, and it increase dust particles and also debris into the steel building gaps. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to Doctor and my fellow friends. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Muhammad Zainal. My meeting number is 269696. For my part, which is our topic is steel building, and my part is to identify the repair works, material use, and techniques. Okay, for the repair works, in the steel building, repair should be managed by the trusted and reliable construction companies because the intensive is restoring small to large damage. Steel building repair involve the following steps, which is identify the damage, know the cause, then evaluate the strength of work, assess the current natural, and repair, which is prepare the procedures. Steel building project and want to make sure the repair and the problem be managed accordingly. Okay, for the next slide, which is the material. For the part of material is easy to installation, which is low cost, high efficiency, highest fireproofing, and the anti corrosion, which is the steel building consists the steel beam, steel column, and anything else. Steel structure workshop, which is the made by the metal material, has been the crew as the mainstream for the factory workshop. This provide a strong steel frame for the building and make up 25%. And for the techniques is start right way. You need to make sure that this is nothing left touching the interior. Put the everything away so there no unnecessary weak that will strain the building or harm its surface. Next is accessory maintenance. Your building accessories like your downspout and gutters and the essential part of the per engineer metal building moisture protection system. Keep an eye on your gutter and downspout to make sure they are always clear. Okay, that's all for my parts. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Shadiq bin Ridwan Maulud. My number metric is 265259. Today I will tell you about importance of quality control and cost evaluation for steel building. For project managers, quality control and safety are becoming increasingly critical concerns. Deficiencies or breakdowns in both infrastructures might result in exorbitant expenditures. Events like flaws may necessitate reconstruction, putting the facility's operation at risk. As a result, there will be higher price and delays. In the worst case scenario, failures could result in personal injury or death. Accidents that occur during the construction process can also result in personal injuries and significant financial losses. Because of the higher direct costs, indirect costs such as insurance, inspection, and regulation are fast rising. Project managers strive to ensure that the job is done correctly the first time and that there are no big mistakes on the job. The most critical decisions about the quality of completed facility are determined during the design and planning stage, rather than during construction, as is the case with cost management, component configurations, material requirement, and functional performance are all decided at this preliminary stage. During construction, quality control is primarily concerned with ensuring that the original design and planning decisions are followed. While quality control is mostly concerned with adhering to existing design decisions, there are certain exceptions. For starters, unexpected situations, faulty design decisions, or changes requested by an owner in the facility function may necessitate re-evaluation of design decisions during construction. While these modifications may be motivated by a desire to improve quality, they also represent opportunities for redesign with all the goals and limits that entails. Second, certain design rely on making educated and suitable decisions during the construction process. Some tunneling system, for example, base their conclusions on the amount of shoring necessary at various sites on observation of soil conditions throughout the tunneling operation. As a result of this judgment being based on more accurate knowledge about actual site circumstance, the facility design may be more cost-effective. The inclusion of quality requirements in the design and contract documentation becomes vitally significant since conformity becomes the measure of quality during the construction phase. Quality requirements should be clear and verifiable so that all project participants are aware of the compliance requirements. The development and implications of various quality requirements for construction as well as the challenge connected with ensuring adherence are discussed extensively in this chapter. Decisions made during the planning and design process have a big impact on safety during the construction project. Some design or building plans are intrinsically difficult and risky to implement, whereas other similar ideas may lower the risk of its accidents significantly. For example, during road repair, a clear separation of traffic from construction zones can considerably reduce the risk of unintentional collision. Safety is heavily dependent on education, vigilance, and cooperation during the construction process. In addition to these design decisions, workers should be aware of the possibility of accidents at all times and avoid taking needless risks. Okay, now for cost evaluation. Given that the choice of frame material is a crucial design decision that influences a wide range of construction features, including foundation, finish wall to floor ratio, and cladding to mention a few. Making substantial modifications to the type or shape of the frame after a decision has been taken and the design has progressed is disruptive and typically erroneous. To do so, most design disciplines will be involved, as well as a return to the design stage that has previously been completed. This is nearly touched to achieve where there are programs that must be maintained. As a result, even while identifying and selecting the appropriate value frame does not take a long time, it should not be rushed. As a result, the decision is frequently made on basic design recommendations, with the cost consultant having a limited quantity of information. When initial steel frame cost estimates are unrealistic, the inappropriate frame option may be chosen, resulting in greater cost for not only the frame but also the linked building parts. Because frame construction is a critical road activity, it can have an impact on buildability, logistics, and the construction schedule. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.